I hope everyone is doing well, enjoying your day, your afternoon, your evening with your families. Okay, especially families. Okay. If you don't have families, then enjoying with your friends. All right. And today is Tuesday, January 9, 2024, Pacific time. All right. And the topic for today is about boxing again. Okay, boxing. And as the title says, Hua Armstrong. Hua. And the title says, Naoya Inoue versus Luis Nery. Okay? A Japanese versus Mexican. A power puncher Japanese versus a puncher, boxer puncher Mexican. Okay? A pressure fighter versus pressure fighter. Aggressive fighter versus aggressive fighter. Both of these fighters are aggressive. That's one. Both of these fighter are pressure fighter. That's two. And both of these fighter can box. They can move if they want. Okay, they can move. They can do in and out or side to side movement. Okay, side to side lateral movement. All right, and I just finished reviewing the fight of uh, Luis Nery versus Brandon Figueroa. As you can hear here.
In Carson, California, what a night it has been, and what a fight that we are seeing unfolding here.
That is
with 30 seconds left.
Luis Nery versus Brandon Figueroa. And then I also reviewed the fight of Luis Nery versus Azat Hovhannisyan, a fight of the year. So that's a Luis Nery versus Hovhannisyan.
Here at the Fox Theater, the fans of Luis Nery.
Alright. And then because of that, I also reviewed some of the previous fights of Luis Nery. Okay, so before we go to that one, we are going to introduce those two fighters, of course, alright? So Luis Nery is a Mexican fighter, a warrior from Mexico, full of pride and prestige, a warrior, okay? Willing to die inside the ring, inside the squared ring. And his nickname is Pantera. So Luis Pantera Nery. Okay? And he is a southpaw. He's a southpaw like Marlon Tapales of the Philippines. Okay? Southpaw. Okay. What else? Height. 5 feet 5 inches. The same with Naoya Inoue. 5 feet 5 inches. Okay. Reach. The reach. 65 centimeters. 2 centimeters lower or shorter than Naoya Inoue. So when it comes to height, both Nery and Naoya Inoue the same. 5 feet 5 inches. 5'5", both of them. But the reach, Naoya Inoue has longer reach. 65 centimeters for Nery, while Inoue has 67.5 centimeters of reach. So that is in favor of Naoya Inoue, okay, for the reach. And it is important. It is because the main weapon, as I've said it yesterday, the main weapon or the main asset of any boxers, fighters, be it boxing or any martial arts, is the jab. Okay, remember that. The jab. That is the main weapon of any fighter. Boxing, karate-do, taekwondo, judo, pencak jab. Okay, if you're a southpaw, so your jab. That is your main weapon. Your main asset is the jab. If you have a longer reach, then that's a plus. If you have a longer reach, it is a matter of application already, execution of that job. Okay, so the age, they're almost the same. Nery is 29 years old. Naoya Inoue is 30. So it doesn't matter. Only one year. So age, it doesn't matter. Okay? So only for that reach, very important reach. The height, they have the same. Okay? So now, due to my review of Luis Nery, as I've said earlier, against Figueroa,
30 punches according to show.
that's against Figueroa,
That's remarkable.
I have been
Luis Nery now
already observing his weaknesses, his bad habits, and his war against Azat Habanishan.
Venetian got over on the guard of Nery. That might have rocked him. And a right hand on the exit as well.
So, this is my expectations for their fight. But by the way, Luis Nery only has one loss, okay? He lost against Brandon Figueroa, okay? He lost against Brandon Figueroa. Other than that, he has a good record, okay? He is of course, a former champion, all right? He was the former WBC, okay, Super Bantamweight champion. Luis Nery, a former WBC 122 pounds champion, okay? And then he lost only to Brandon Figueroa, Nery. So we will discuss that again. Okay, now, but before that, he was also a WBC world champion at 118 pounds, okay? So Luis Nery was a former two-division champion, WBC 118 and WBC 122 pounds. Alright? So that is for Luis Nery. While Naoya Inoue never been defeated, so he is undefeated, undisputed for 122 pounds, undisputed at 118 pounds. Okay? And Luis Nery is the number one mandatory for the WBC. Okay? And he deserves it. He deserves that number one mandatory status because, as you have known, he was a former WBC Bantamweight champion and a former WBC Super Bantamweight champion. Now, we will go to now we have known already their basic information, details, okay? The height, the reach, the fighting style, okay? The fighting style of fighting stance of Nery is a southpaw, okay? A left-handed, while Naoya Inoue is an orthodox, okay? Right-handed. So my expectation is that it will be an explosive and exciting fight. On May, they will be fighting on May this year, 2024, in Tokyo, Japan, in Tokyo Dome. Okay, Tokyo, Japan, this coming May. And it will be an explosive and entertaining, exciting fight until the very end of that fight. If it goes to the distance, I doubt it. I doubt it. It will not go to 12 rounds. Luis Nery is a pressure fighter, as I've said earlier. The same with Naoya Inoue. Luis Nery is an aggressive fighter. The same with Naoya Inoue. Luis Nery is also a fast starter. He starts fast. The same with Naoya Inoue. He is a fast starter. Okay? What else? Luis Nery can box. Can move around the ring, okay? So he's also a good mover, Luis Nery, even though he is a pressure fighter and aggressive fighter. Naoya Inoue is a good mover as well. He is a master boxer, a master ring tactician. He can fight going forward and he can fight going backwards. That is Naoya Inoue. Alright? Now, based on my observation of Luis Nery against Brandon Figueroa and against uh, Azat Hovanesian, he is wide open. When he throw his punches, he always planted his right knee. Right knee? Rather right foot. Okay, pardon me for the word. His right foot, he's always planted it in the front. Okay. And most of the time, he is always staying in the front and he wants to make a toe-to-toe fight. That is Luis Nery. He always stays in the front like this. Example, this is Naoya Inoue and this is Luis Nery. Luis Nery, most of the time, just stay in the front. He's not even moving side to side. No. He's not even doing the in and out thing. Most of the time. But sometimes, like 30% or 25%, Luis Nery moving backward using lateral movement. No, he can box, he can move. Luis Nery is a good mover as well. But the tendency, not only tendency, this is the bad habits of Luis Nery. Because he is a natural pressure fighter, a natural aggressive fighter, as well as he is also a volume puncher. Luis Nery. Meaning, he stayed in the pocket or he stayed in the front for more than 10 seconds. More than 10 seconds or more than 20. Are we in or we are not in yet? So, Luis Nery as a typical proud Mexican warrior, okay? Mexican warrior, very very proud, okay? He stands toe to toe for a longer time, more than 10 seconds or more than 20 seconds because he wants to throw a volume of punches. That is Luis Nery. Now, I would say that is his weakness as well. Volume puncher is good if your opponent is slow as turtle or slow as nail. But if your opponent like Naoya Inoue, who is like a cat, if you keep on throwing punches like 100 punches per round, tendency is, not only tendency, chances are, Naoya Inoue will land big bombs straight to the chin, to the face of Nery, and that is one of the asset of Naoya Inoue, the straight punch, okay? Straight, the instant, like the inch punch for like Bruce Lee, the straight or lead right. If that happens, then they're going to be a knockdown even round number 1. Because that's how it is. That's how Luis Nery fought. He fight always as aggressive. No, Luis Nery is always a pressure fighter. And most of the time, he is doing volume punches or volume punchers style. If you will do that against Naoya Inoue, then Naoya Inoue has a 101% throwing bombs, multiple bombs to you. And here's another thing. Luis Nery is a body snatcher as well. Body snatcher. Body, right? So if you are throwing body punches, like 10 body punches, just staying there, body punches, Naoya Inoue has a 100% time to throw bombs, not just the straights in the face or uppercut. That's one of the asset of Naoya Inoue, and even the left hook, because Naoya Inoue is one of the greatest hooker. Okay? Hooker. Naoya Inoue. The body puncher as well. Naoya Inoue is one of the great body snatchers, body punchers. So that is my expectations. My expectation is that it will be an explosive fight from the very start of the ring, ting, 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 until it lasts. It will be an entertaining fight, exciting fight to the very last. And my prediction is that it will not last 8 rounds. Naoya Inoue versus Luis Nery will not go beyond 8 rounds. It will be inside 8 rounds. First round knockout, maybe second round knockout, third round, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Or referee stop the contest due to the accumulation of punches, due to attrition. It will be a battle of attrition, a war of attrition. Meaning, as Luis Nery style, a pressure fighter, aggressive fighter, and a bullion puncher, is a matter of throwing who's more punches but a heavy punchers. And you and I know, we know that Naoya Inoue is the harder punchers between the two. Naoya Inoue is harder puncher, a hard hitter compared to Nery. Aside from that, based on the previous fights of Nery, yes, he threw a lot of punches. He is a volume puncher, but not all punches landed to Brandon Figueroa or to Azat Hovhannisyan and his previous fights. Compared to Naoya Inoue is a precise puncher, accurate puncher. He is not wasting energy or wasting punches that will not land. That's how precise or accurate puncher Naoya Inoue is. Alright? Give me 1 minute or less than a few seconds, alright? Just here.
The real estate of the ring with 15 seconds left in the fourth.
Stop at the bell, gentlemen.
They may be unable to stop right now. They are throwing a lot of leather in this one.
Yeah, they both threw 107 punches in the last round. Figueroa, we mentioned he did some pretty good work early in the round. That's Nery doing some nice combination punching, but the right hook, when Figueroa's a lefty, and you just saw it there, really could be a major weapon for him, and he's starting to get that punch in.
I'm
and
back.
Then later on in the round,
I reviewed the fight of Luis Nery against Brandon Figueroa. Of course, you have known that Nery lost to Brandon Figueroa because Figueroa is another future victim of Naoya Inoue when Naoya Inoue moved to 126 pounds or 130 pounds 2 years from now or 3 years from now. And I hope Brandon Figueroa become a champion at that weight as well. 130, and stay at champion, okay? Stay champion for that. Hold that belt till Naoya Inoue reach that weight, 126, 130. Because he is tailor-made. Brandon Figueroa is a tailor-made, made to order against Naoya Inoue. I would say it right now. Brandon Figueroa is much easier opponent compared to Marlon Tapales or even compared to Luis Nery or even compared to others. Because Figueroa is almost similar, okay? Almost similar to Nery. A pressure fighter, aggressive fighter, volume puncher. This is the difference. Less footwork. No head movement. Flat-footed, always stay in the front. He's like a smaller version of Antonio Margarito. Brandon Figueroa is a smaller version of Antonio Margarito. Okay, so let's go back to Naoya Inoue versus Nery. So my prediction is that it will not go beyond 8 rounds. It will end via knockout. Or referee stop the fight. Okay, referee stop the contest. And it will be Naoya Inoue destroying Luis Nery. Naoya Inoue will dismantle, embarrasses, annihilated Luis Nery. He is an easy opponent for Naoya Inoue. Based on my studies of the previous fights of Luis Nery, his fighting styles is fit made to order. His style is made to order, tailor-made to Naoya Inoue's fighting style. Naoya Inoue is a great and excellent counter puncher, while Luis Nery is not. So it will be a very exciting fight, explosive fight. Alright? So, I'm excited to watch that one. I cannot wait. And it will end by a knockout or a technical knockout. The referee stopped the fight. Okay? In favor of Naoya, the monster of Japan, Inoue. Okay? I will not be surprised, no? I will not be surprised if it end only in round number 4 or round number 3. I will not be surprised if the fight stops at round number 4 or round number 3. Due to his fighting style, Luis Nery. Always a pressure fighter. Always an aggressive fighter. And a volume puncher as well. And he didn't change. That is his fighting style. Luis Nery is always and will always be an aggressive fighter, a pressure fighter, a volume puncher. Yes, he moves, he can box, okay? He can box, he box well. But the moment he receives punches, and as a proud Mexican warrior, a very proud Mexican warrior, chances are he will really fight back and throw a lot of punches and stays in the pocket, stayed in the front for more than 10 seconds, if not 20 seconds. If he will do that against, which he will do it, and I am pretty sure, 100% he will do it. He will stay on the pocket, he will stay in front of Naoya Inoue, trading bombs, body shots, bombs, heavy hitting for 10 seconds or 20 seconds. If that happens, then Naoya Inoue will have 100% to throw his bombs, his atomic bombs, to Luis Nery, which will end the fight due to, destruction, dismantling, embarrassing, annihilation of Naoya Inoue to Luis Nery. Alright? So, that is my expectation for the fight, and that is my prediction of the fight. Naoya Inoue win. Naoya Inoue will beat Luis Nery by stoppage, be it knocked out or technical knocked out. And it will not last more than 8 rounds. Alright? So, there you have it. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you again. Be blessed. Okay, blessings to you all. Stay safe and be healthy as always. Alright? Thanks again and see you. Army Strong. Hua.